It's the bluest of the sea, the whisper through the trees, the serenade that drops you to your knees. It's the sparkle of the smile, the honesty in the eyes, the bravest bloom reaching for the winter sky. It's the racing of your heart, the sage behind the smile, the home inside the house where you were born. It's in the things we can't explain, things perceived but never seen, everywhere, everything in between. It's taming the monsters under your bed, fighting the wolves up in your head. It's the strange things you do when you are left. It's on the tip of your tongue, the song that's longing to be sung. It's relentless and it's only just begun. And it's calling out through you, using your heart to sing the truth. Put a little more, put a little more love in the world. If your heart's torn in two, what you give out returns to you. Put a little more, put a little more love in the world. Put a little more, 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 put a little more love in the world. And there's no place that it's not, and there's no time that it stops. There's a reason takes your breath away, and the message is clear. It's the reason why we're here, to put a little more, put a little more love in the world. If you're the only one to believe, then stand up and set it free. And put a little more, put a little more love in the world. If you're standing It's the bluest of the sea, the whisper through the trees, the serenade that drops you to your knees. It's the sparkle of the smile, the honesty in the eye, the bravest bloom reaching for the winter sky. It's the racing of your heart, the sage behind the smile, the home inside the house where you were born. It's in the things we can't explain, things perceived but never seen. Everywhere, everything in between. It's taming the monsters under your bed, fighting the wolves up in your head. It's the strange things you do when you are led. It's on the tip of your tongue, the song that's longing to be sung. It's relentless and it's only just begun. And it's calling out through you, using your heart to sing the truth. Put a little more, put a little more love in the world. If your heart's torn in two, what you give out returns to you. Put a little more, put a little more love in the world. Put a little more, 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 put a little more love in the world. And there's no place that it's not, and there's no time that it stops. There's a reason takes your breath away, and the message is clear. It's the reason why we're here to put a little more, put a little more love in the world. If you're the only one to believe, then stand up and set it free. And put a little more, put a little more love in the world. If you're It's the bluest of the sea, the whisper through the trees, the serenade that drops you to your knees. It's the sparkle of the smile, the honesty in the eye, the bravest bloom reaching for the winter sky. It's the racing of your heart, the sage behind the smile, the home inside the house where you were born. It's in the things we can't explain, things perceived but never seen, everywhere, everything in between. It's taming the monsters under your bed, fighting the wolves up in your head. It's the strange things you do when you are left. It's on the tip of your tongue, the song that's longing.
Welcome to the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. Nestled between the Inner Harbor in Baltimore and the National Harbor just south of the nation's capital, the suburban city of Columbia offers easy access to both, where you find no shortage of activities, entertainment, and sightseeing. With a population of approximately 104,000 inhabitants, this thriving, diverse, planned community, developed by James Rouse, was established in 1967 with the goal of enhancing the lives of its residents. Columbia boasts good schools, fine restaurants, private homes, condos, and apartments, hiking trails, music venues, malls, and local shops. Founded in 1983, the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, also known as CCSL, currently conducts services at the Hawthorne Center in Columbia and has done so since December 1984. Who are we and who are we looking for? We are a collaborative, supportive, loving, and fun-loving community welcoming all who join us. We take pride in the programs we offer and the events we hold. One of our greatest needs now is to rebuild our community into a thriving spiritual home that realizes our full potential. We know that the perfect minister is awaiting our call. Our new minister is creative, collaborative, welcoming, enthusiastic, embodies inclusivity, fosters open and healthy dialogue, embraces and empowers shared leadership, and is committed to pastoral care. Our aspirations are growing our presence in the community at large, as well as within CSL, developing a broader equity and inclusion focus, increasing volunteerism, rebuilding thriving youth and teen programs, creating a community abundant in membership and resources. We also are committed to continuing and enhancing existing programs, such as the Women's Group, the Bookstore, SOM Magazine Group, SOM accredited classes, workshop offerings, free or low-cost foundation classes, and our annual volunteer event, Thanksgivingness.
Good morning. Happy December, everyone. Let's welcome in the new energy of a new month as we get ready to move into a new season and edge ever closer to the new year. Welcome to our Sunday celebration. My name is Julia Mattis, and I am the president of the Board of Trustees and a licensed practitioner here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. Before we start our fabulous service this morning, I would greatly appreciate it if you would share this live stream to help us spread our message of love, joy, all across the world. I'll pause for you to do that now. All you have to do is hit that little share button down there for the view that are on Facebook. Wonderful! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, our vision is to contribute to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. And to illuminate the spiritual truth that we belong to each other calls for us to be inclusive, to celebrate and embrace our unique identities, ability status, age, ethnicity, gender identity, national origin, physical characteristics, race, religion, and sexual orientation. So now that the service has started, I invite you and welcome you to set an intention for the week. Just take a deep breath and allow yourself to sink into the feeling of that intention right now as you open to receive Spirit's guidance throughout our time together this morning. We have a saying here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living: singing or listening to music is like praying twice. So we begin each service with a song, and this week we are so blessed to have back with us once again our dear friend, singer, songwriter, who is well known throughout Centers for Spiritual Living and the New Thought world, Jamie Lula. Take it away, Jamie.
Good morning, peace and blessings, y'all. My name is Jamie Lula. For those of you that don't know me, this is a Floyd Lula song called Take a Hand, Take a Knee. Take a hand, take a knee, till everybody is free. Stop inequality. We owe apologies. Take a stand, make a choice. Let every human rejoice. A word, shout, scream, or noise. Let freedom ring in their voice. From deep within it comes in every one of us. One and all in one. A new day's dawning. We are one in the spirit of love. Let it ride, let it ring. Hear freedom calling. We are one in the spirit of love. Another anthem we sing. We stand together on the brink. Love and peace take wing. Let equality ring. Take a moment and breathe. Nothing is what it seems. No one's living beneath another human being. From deep within it comes in every one of us. One and all in one. A new day's dawning. We are one in the spirit of love. Let it ride, let it ring. Hear freedom calling. We are one in the spirit of love. If fear is running your mind, leave your weapons behind. Anger's leaving us blind. Come together in kind with one another. Oh, one and all in one. A new day's dawning. We are one in the spirit of love. Let it ride, let it ring. Hear freedom calling. We are one in the spirit of love. One and all in one. A new day's dawning. We are one in the spirit of love. Let it ride, Let it ring. Hear freedom calling. We are one in the spirit of love. Hear freedom calling, yeah. Ooh, ooh. Oh, yeah. Ooh, ooh. Freedom for everybody. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Thank you, Jamie, for that amazing gift. We are indeed all one in love. Wow, what a great way to start off our service today. As our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, taught, in principle, the great religions of the world do not differ as much as they appear to. That is why we take time each month at the beginning of the month to recognize and honor a variety of religions as sacred paths to God. I now invite licensed practitioner Io McClenny to lead us this month in our Breaths of Faith.
Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on when you're hearing this. So let us breathe in together as we honor each faith. As we take in the first breath, we honor Christianity as the path of love and forgiveness. As we take in the second breath, we honor Buddhism as the path of compassion and the Four Noble Truths. As we take in the third breath, we honor Judaism as the path of ethical living through sacred law. As we take in the fourth breath, we honor Baha'i as the path of unity and peace. As we breathe in the fifth breath, we honor Islam as the path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. And as we take in the sixth breath, we honor Confucianism as the path of deliberate tradition. As we take in our seventh breath, we honor Taoism as the path of harmony and balance. And as we take in the eighth breath, we honor Native American tradition as the path that recognizes and honors spirit in all of creation. As we take in the ninth breath, we honor Shintoism as the path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. And as we take in the 10th breath, we honor Hinduism as the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we take in the 11th breath, we honor Akan as the path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we take in the 12th breath, we honor our own faith, the science of mind, as the path of adherence to universal spiritual law and transformation through the commitment to our spiritual practices. And as we take in the final breath of faith for today, we invite you to hold sacred any and all faiths in all their multiplicity by knowing love as the highest power that guides them all. Namaste, and so it is.
Namaste, and so it is. Thank you, Io, for leading us in that sacred practice, the breaths of faith. If this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, we welcome you and thank you for joining us today. We want you to know that no matter who you are or whatever your spiritual path is, you are always welcome here. We invite you to visit our newly redesigned and interactive website at columbiacsl.com to learn more about our community, to replay past services, and find articles and other resources of interest. And please check out the calendar on our website for events and opportunities to gather and commune with our community. And now, let us consciously engage in spiritual practice together. I invite you to settle in, center yourself in this moment now. Take a deep breath. Find that sacred place within where spirit is all there is. We will have a contemplative reading by Cindy Pridgeon, followed by a guided meditation and affirmative prayer by licensed practitioner Io McClenny. Cindy?
Good morning, everyone. Today's reading is excerpted from the article Building Spiritual Community in the December 2022 issue of Science of Mind magazine. We begin with this quote: "Love is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos. He who loves is a participant in the being of God." The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. For those who prefer spiritual leaders stay out of the fray, shy away from political matters, and not stray from the church's lane, John Pavlovitz may seem like an unlikely spiritual teacher. His messages of inclusivity, of acceptance, of the purest form of love create a kind of tension between his church of not being horrible and mainstream religious and political coalitions. Upon closer examination, Pavlovitz's message centers on the precise message encapsulated in his Center for Spiritual Living vision to create a world that works for all. In his message of love, Pavlovitz stands resolute, offering no quarter to those who would create separation rather than inclusion, distance rather than closeness, judgment rather than compassion. At the end of my time, he says, I want to know that while I was here, I spent every bit of the unearned currency of my privilege to make room at the table for the excluded and uninvited and unloved, to create spaces of refuge where people experience true belonging in my presence, even a few places else. As he tells honest stories from his own life, he remembers connecting with two of his neighbors. About one of them, he says, I hope I showed up in his story to remind him that he is loved. That's all faith worth anything is to me. Showing up and trying to be a presence that helps and brings people hope and lessens their struggle and makes them feel seen. He cautions that while we let goodness fly beneath the radar of our awareness, we allow countless acts of mercy and displays of courage and affirmations of decency come and go without acknowledging them, dwelling on them, metabolizing them into our hearts, and being strengthened to keep going. We don't allow ourselves to see the infinite reasons to have hope. I want you to see them. If we can aspire to create the greatest goodness in the world as we pursue the elusive, difficult work of building the longer table, if we accomplish only one thing with our remaining days, let's love one another. Today's affirmation is: today, when I notice separation in myself, I transform it into love. And so it is.
Hi, it's Io. And for today's meditation, what I want you to do is just get relaxed. We're going to take 3 cleansing breaths together. And we're going to take a journey into the practice of prayer. So let's breathe in together for the first breath. In and then out. Second, in and out. The third, in and out. And if you feel so called, you can close your eyes, soften your gaze, but be receptive. So as a practitioner, I'm often taking classes, and I recently took a class from Angelo Montano on prayer. And I ask each of us within the sound of my voice, what comes to you when you think of the word prayer? Are you getting an image? Is it love? Is it resistance? Is it love and resistance? Are there questions such as, I don't know what prayer is, or I don't know when to pray or how to pray? Just pay attention to what's coming up in response to the question, what do you think of when you hear the word prayer? I find prayer to be a bridge that connects me to the infinite invisible. And when I pray for the awareness of that connection, because sometimes I forget. And when I forget, that's when maybe the joy has drained out. When I forget, that's when I feel all alone, maybe. So I love the idea. My picture of prayer is a bridge between myself and the infinite, which is kind of funny because aren't I already a part of the infinite? So perhaps prayer is a reminder of that power. Sit with that. Go deeper with that. Prayer is a practice. And a practice is simply the result of applying knowledge that we have. So prayer is a practice. Could simply mean, for me, I do it every morning before I get out of bed. I pray so that I remember the connection. And then I put my feet on the floor. Another practice for prayer is offering gratitude before a meal. Maybe that's a practice that you're familiar with. Think of your practice or the practice you want to bring to prayer. Notice what comes up for you. Notice if you have a feeling somewhere in your body. Notice what that feeling is. The beauty of prayer is that for each of us, at any time during any day, it can be different. It can look different. Prayer is a practice. It's a tool. And when we come together for these services, we are all practicing prayer. Every word we speak, every thought we think is prayer. So as we leave this portion, I want us to share in our closing prayer. And we'll do this by me starting. I will say the phrase, and then we will repeat it together. And yes, we will be doing it together, even though we are electronically or digitally separate. Remember, we're all one. So please join me in this affirmative prayer. Now you say, please join me in this affirmative prayer. Invisible, infinite is the loving one. Now you. Invisible, infinite is the loving one. I am love, eternally connected to this infinite one. Prayer is the bridge that reminds me of this eternal connection. Now you. I am love, eternally connected to the infinite one. Prayer is the bridge that reminds me of this eternal connection. I am willing to awaken to what my heart knows is true prayer. Now you, or we together. I am willing to awaken to what my heart knows is true prayer. I am willing to be conscious of the universe's love for me. Now together. I am willing to be conscious of the universe's love for me personally. Together, for me personally. I am willing to enhance the power of prayer in my heart. Now together, I am willing to enhance the power of prayer in my heart and to allow it to enter my life. Together, and to allow it to enter my life. My heart is open to the miracles achieved through prayer. Now together. My heart is open to the miracles achieved through prayer. So be it. Together. So be it. Amen. Together. Amen. Namaste.
Namaste, and so it is. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Io, for that amazing, beautiful time of spiritual practice. That was magnificent. In this community, our practitioners and ministers are eager to know that for you and with you. Feel free to email your request for prayer or counseling to prayer@columbiacsl.com, and we will hold your truth in prayer throughout the week. And now it's my pleasure to once again bring back the amazing Jamie Lula.
I've been longing for a human touch. I don't think that's asking too much. I've been longing for a healing hand, another heart that I can understand. And I wonder, can I get out from the weight I've been under? I miss my friends, I miss my people, miss my family. I miss the times we spent together in community. I miss the freedom that I felt between the two of us. But more than all of this, I miss a human touch. Oh, yeah. I've been holding my breath too long. Don't wanna sing a Revelation song. It's time to thicken up my skin to beat this danger I've been living in. And I wonder, can I get out from the weight I've been under? I miss my friends, I miss my people, miss my family. I miss the times we spent together in community. I miss the freedom that I felt between the two of us. More than all of this, I miss a human touch. Oh, yeah. I've been wondering when it's gonna change. I know it feels like a lot of strange. I believe this shift will rearrange everything. 'Cause you know that I have my friends, I have my people, and my family. I have the times we spent together in community. I have the freedom that I feel between the two of us. But more than all of this, I have a human touch. I have my friends, I have my people, and my family. I have the times we spent together in community. I have the freedom that I feel between the two of us. But more than all of this, I have a human touch. Oh. have a human touch. Ooh. Peace out, y'all. Have a brilliant day.
Thank you, Jamie Lula, for sharing your amazing talents with us. Once again, what a fabulous song. And now, introducing this month's new theme of the Blessed Community, it's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Tracy Brown, our beloved friend from down south in Texas, with her talk entitled One in All in One. Dr. Tracy is a licensed practitioner with Centers for Spiritual Living and is the author of several books, including I Turn to Prayer, a collection of original prayers in different formats, and 10 other books. In addition, she has also 2 journals to support her clients who want to reveal or reclaim their joy. Please help me welcome the wonderful Dr. Tracy Brown.
Hey everybody, Tracy Brown here, and I am really pleased to kick off the theme of this month. I'm focusing on community, beloved community, spiritual community, personal community. I mean, what does it mean to be part of a community? How do we use our spiritual beliefs and our spiritual practices to grow strong communities? How do we show up to be in a thriving community or to make community out of this multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-generational, multi-language speaking world? What about you? When you think about the word community, what comes to mind? When have you felt that you were truly part of a community and it was a positive experience? For some, maybe that's thinking about your family as a community, or for lucky people, they think of their workspace and their work environment and the people they work with as a true community that works well together. Maybe it's with a sports or athletic team you participate in. I don't know. For you, when have you had an example in your own life of being part of a thriving community that you were proud to be part of? For some people, it may be when you first visited Columbia CSL or some other spiritual community where you immediately felt at home. And like, these are my people. These are my tribe. In the song Jamie Lula just sang, you know, the line, I miss my friends, my people, my family. I miss time in community. Now, I'll tell you, my pathway into a CSL community wasn't quite that smooth. I always smile when I hear people say, oh, I went to this CSL community or this unity community, and I just knew immediately this is home. Well, not so much for me, for a couple of reasons. But it was really interesting for me when I got involved and started visiting CSLs or churches of religious science. It felt awkward. It felt like the spiritual message was right on point. But the relationships with people, the way that I was greeted, I didn't feel welcome. I didn't feel like people were curious about me in a positive way. And I kept coming back because I believed on the spiritual level the message that was being delivered. But I did not feel like I was part of the community. And for me, I always want to remember that. Some of you may be thinking, Why would she tell us that story? Like, aren't you only supposed to talk about the positive experiences you have? Aren't you only supposed to make people feel good about themselves? And to that, I say no and no. It's important for us to build community, to recognize the things we do that push community away, that put distance between ourselves and our goals. We need to pay attention to and have people point out to us those times when we are acting in a way that it becomes clear, maybe to the visitor or our guest, that, oh, yeah, we're a community and you're not a part of us yet. Because we aspire to create that kind of community that Jamie Lula sang about in the first song. One in all in one. A new day's dawning. We are one in the spirit of love. We're not this group of people who kind of ignore this other group of people who look with negative curiosity at a third group of people and who isolate themselves from one another. So while I can say that I can go into almost any CSL community now, many, many years later, and feel like or create that sense of community, that wasn't immediate for me. And it did have something to do with race, and it did have something to do with age, and it did have something to do with just being different in personality and expectations. All of those ways that everyone shows up in our communities has to be considered, unless we think creating community is just attracting a lot of people who are just like us. So, in order to build community, as we begin thinking about building and sustaining and thriving as a beloved community this month, we have to go back to the spiritual attribute of oneness. Building a community means we welcome unity. Building a community means we understand and we depend upon oneness. But here's what's tricky. Oneness means different things to different people. Have you ever realized you've been talking about oneness with someone and they're talking about it differently than you are? So let's go back to some basics. In Science of Mind, actually, Ernest Holmes doesn't so much define oneness. He defines the one as God, as the creator, as the one infinite intelligence. And oneness means that you are of God. You are of God. You are made of God. You are living of God, the experience of God. And the biggest mistake people make in understanding oneness is thinking oneness means we're all the same, or that we are one with each other. But that has it backwards. We are each one with the source of all life. And because of that, we are all connected. We're all related. We're all interacting, but we are interacting with another God. Julia introduced me and is presiding today. She is one with God. She is made of God's stuff. I am made of God's stuff. And we engage with one another, God to God, human to human, and God to God, if we're building community. So we all come from that same source, but we are each individual expressions of the qualities of that source. So oneness doesn't mean we're all alike. Oneness doesn't mean that we're all the same. Ernest Holmes wrote this: perhaps the most difficult thing for us to perceive is that there is one life running through everything, one presence manifest in everything, and one person individualized through everyone. The perception of unity sees through all differences to one universal sameness, yet unity does not mean uniformity. We do not have to all be alike, think alike, or act alike. But the world is learning we must all act in union. The infinite one manifests in infinite variations, each rooted in the one, but each divinely unique in its own right. What we label as good, bad, high, low, across, above, and beneath are all one to the infinite mind. I love this because it is the reminder that in order to create community, we first start with the remembrance that every individual person has been created as a unique expression, as an individuation of the one source, and that is by design. It's by design. And so in order to have a community that thrives, in order to have a community where people are working together effectively toward a common goal, then we have to recognize that the diversity in humanity is not an accident. And if we believe in oneness, and if we are doing our spiritual practices that lead us to experience unity, harmony, wholeness, and love, then we know we can only thrive if we have all different kinds of people in our community, and if we're able to engage with all different kinds of people toward our common goal. Some of you are familiar with Jim Locker, Dr. Jim Locker, and maybe even have read his book, The Beloved Community. And I love this quote from his book. When we come into community, we are recognizing the soul's call to commune with others in order to actualize more love and in order to be in service to creation. Wow. I mean, think about it. If we thought of our spiritual community as a place where we have come together to actualize love, or we thought of the community in the neighborhood where we live as an opportunity to be of service to creation, to that which has created all of life. That is what it means to build community. So I'm just here to tell you, if you've always thought of community as, yeah, I'm going to be in community. Everybody in my community is like me. We get along all the time. We think alike. We can finish each other's sentences. And that's why we're such a great community. No, you are a bunch of clones. And so community happens when you have all different kinds of people coming together. Let's go to the Bible. I love looking at the Bible and reading the Bible from a metaphysical perspective, understanding what is the What is the mystical spiritual message beneath the words? But I don't have to look far beneath the words of this scripture in the book of Revelations, chapter 7, verse 9. It's written there, after this I looked, and behold, a great multitude that no one could number, from every nation, from all tribes and peoples and languages, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes, with palm branches in their hand. Revelation 7:9. I see that as a model for community. People coming from all tribes, speaking different languages, wearing, in this case, all clothed in white robes, but representing their nation, their tribe, their unique way of showing up in the world. But the community occurs because they have all come together for spiritual community. To be a community that lives based on spiritual values. I don't mean a spiritual community like, oh, they came together to go to church and then on Monday they went their separate ways and they warred and they voted and they had, polarity and all these other ways. No. Coming together as a community grounded in spiritual values and principles. That is what this scripture is about. And then Ernest Holmes said, love is the only final security in the universe. Love is the greatest healing power. And it is the only thing that binds people together in a community of spirit. So this week, as you go forth and you began this month's diving into this idea of community, beloved community, I want to encourage you to really think about and look around at all the different ways you see community where there is diversity, and think about how is love showing up there and how you can translate that into your life, your family, your workplace, your school, your professional association, wherever you go. And I'm going to just give you one idea that may seem way off the wall, but that's why I like it so much. So in this season, lots of people are decorating Christmas trees. And I won't tell you the story about the one year that I was challenged to decorate a Christmas tree, but I didn't want to do it. And so I purposely did a bad job. That's a whole nother story. Ask me about it sometime. But during this season, as you decorate a tree or as you notice trees that are decorated, think about the decorations and the lights, and think about how they represent a community. Each one is different, but a necessary part of the whole. How do you replicate that with people? Do you surround yourself with people who are different from you, but it all works together to create this collage, mosaic, or montage of love and of unity? This week, and as you go through the month, think about building a community where every person is a holy being. Think of yourself as the one decorating your community with as many different examples of humanity as you can. Think of yourself as taking action, the action that's required if we want to have all different kinds of people fit together at Columbia CSL, or for any purpose where sharing and being spirit informed is important. Take responsibility and take action for being one in the spirit of love. And I invite you to take a deep breath with me, and let's anchor that commitment and that intention in treatment. One in the spirit of love. I breathe now, and I allow that breath to take me deeper into the truth that there is only one life. That life is God. God's life is perfect and perfectly unfolding, and God's life is my life now, our life now, the life of all of creation right here, right now. And so I claim and declare that there is only one. And in the spirit of love, each one that is contributing to the all, to the universal one, sees and feels and believes and chooses right now to be one in the spirit of love, to see every other human being as an example of God. I'm so grateful to know that this is not only possible, it is divinely designed. And I'm grateful that everyone within the sound of my voice chooses and agrees right now that being one in the spirit of love is the mission, the intention, and the commitment. So I release any old stories or false beliefs that get in the way of that with this breath. And I let it be. And we affirm it together by saying Ashe, Aho, Amen, Amin, and so it is.
And so it is. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, Dr. Tracy, for that most inspiring and powerful message today. Lots and lots of powerful nuggets I took away today. I'm going to have to go back and watch it again because there were just so many. But I really love that image of looking at our community like a Christmas tree. What a beautiful idea. Would you like to have more of Dr. Tracy? Well, please join us today right after service. Tracy's going to give a workshop, and there's still time for you to join us. In fact, somebody signed up a minute ago. All you have to do is go to columbiacsl.com/events and go to today's date, and there's still time to get into Tracy's workshop today. Please join us. It's going to be powerful, powerful, powerful. Okay, so moving on, please join us next week as we come together in person, yay, at the Hawthorne Center with our guest speaker, Reverend Jim Webb, sharing his message, "You're not being pressed, you're being blessed." Our guest musician next week is our very own Felicia Taylor. And if you can't, as always, join us in person, which we'd love you to do, you can always join the live stream through Twitch TV, YouTube channel, and of course our Facebook page. And now it's time once again for more music for your soul as we welcome back the amazing Jamie Lula.
I'm back. Here's another Floyd Lula, kind of along the lines of that. Keep on walking. Walking by Laura Minute in another man's shoes. He's got a path to take to find his truth. Any way you spin it, he's a lot like you. Finding his faith on roads that you never choose. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Don't let it cloud your vision. Love be your only mission. Always. Let go of the old condition. Let life be your only mission. Always. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Tell a tale, you're in it. Hear a brother man's blues. He's got a destination now and no excuse. Why do you condemn it when it's not your own? You can't unsee it once the light has shone. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Don't let it cloud your vision. Love be your only mission. Always. Let go of the old condition. Let that be your only mission. Always. Oh, keep on walking. Keep on walking. One foot in front of the other, hand in hand, one with another. Walk with your sister and brother, always. One foot in front of the other, hand in hand, one with another. Walk with your sister and brother, always. Come on, y'all. One foot in front of the other, hand in hand, one with another. Walk with your sister and brother, always. One foot in front of the other, hand in hand, one with another. Walk with your sister and brother, always. Don't let it cloud your vision. Love be our only mission, always. Let go of the old condition. Let love be your only mission, always. Oh yeah. Don't let it cloud your vision. Love be your only mission, always. Let go of the old condition. Let love be your only mission, always. Gotta keep on walking. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. One foot in front of the other, hand in hand, one with another. Walk with your sister and brother, always. That's the truth. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Peace and blessings to you too, Jamie. Thank you for that fabulous song, and what a great song to cap off Tracy's amazing talk. Oh boy, Jamie, we so appreciate your gifts and talents. Jamie's spirit can be seen, heard, and felt in all of his music. Please check him out on his website at jamielula.com. And now it's time for our conscious giving, an opportunity to participate in and honor the laws of circulation. We know that we have to receive as well as give, so we invite you to let your divine inner wisdom choose the blessing of joy that calls to me with you all week long, and remember how much you are loved. Okay, wonderful. And now we can complete the law of circulation by giving back. I invite you to invoke feelings of love and gratitude and abundance, allowing them to fill you and the space around you. And now let us use the power of our word by speaking our prosperity affirmation together. Please join me. I know that the infinite abundance of the universe is blessing and expanding my offering for the good of all. And so it is. We offer easy ways to donate your offering. You can make a one-time or recurring donation through our website at columbiacsl.com and just go to the donate button. Or you can text your donation to us at 410-498-6175. Or for those of you who prefer, you can still drop it off or drop it in the mail and drop a check off to our office. We appreciate and receive your gifts and tithes. Thank you for supporting us so that we remain a vital and thriving center for our collective spiritual nourishment. And we know that as we give with gratitude, receive with gratitude. And would you please join me once again as we bless and receive every gift bestowed upon our beautiful center. Together we receive these gifts, knowing that they nurture and support our vision of contributing to a world that works for everyone. And so it is. On behalf of our entire community, thank you for being part of our spiritual family and celebration today, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. At the end of service, we hope that you will check out all of our announcement slides as well as our website calendar at columbiacsl.com/events to make sure that you know everything that's going on in our community. Don't miss a thing. But I do have a couple of events coming up I would like to highlight. Once again, please join us today right after service with Dr. Tracy Brown as she shares her 5-step transformational model that you can use to take steps that will lead to change and significant change in your life. Accelerate your movement toward any goal you may have set or whatever intention you would like to manifest. After the workshop, participants will have access to a private page with a downloadable copy of the model and other supporting resources. Once again, go to columbiacsl.com/events and look for today's date. There is still time to sign up. I know there's going to be a slew of us today, so please join us. Also this week, as we're in a new month, we have our women's group meeting, which will be on Tuesday evening, and that's December the 6th at 7 p.m. On Wednesday, a licensed practitioner, Adelia Romero, will once again guide us in a prayer circle, December the 7th at 9 a.m. And we hope you will join us in calling forth and praying for our new spiritual leader. And please save the date for a couple of upcoming events. Our wonderful candle lighting service will take place virtually only on Wednesday, December the 21st, and that is the solstice in the evening at 7 p.m. And our annual meeting, which will be scheduled for Sunday, January the 29th, right after service. That's the last Sunday of the month in January. And lastly, we are looking to fill some open spots on our Board of Trustees. So if you're interested in serving our community behind the scenes kind of way or in leadership, please contact me at julia@columbiacsl.com. And as a final reminder, all of the sign-up links and everything that I just shared with you and talked to you about can be found once again on our website, columbiacsl.com. Thank you again, and it is now to introduce and bring back once again Dr. Tracy to close out this amazing service with a benediction. Dr. Tracy?
Let's go within. Being inspired by Jamie Lula, let us remember this week. One foot in front of another, hand in hand, one with the other. Walk with your sister and brother, always. Let's keep on walking toward the destination of community together.
I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. It's love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. It's the love that heals, the love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. There is only